What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. This is Justin with Sillage Scents. Today I've got a short video for you with some fragrances that are perfect for this time of year. You know, when I'm filming this, it's January, it's really cold. We might get some snow here in the next week or two. And so these are fragrances that I think of as being perfect for this kind of weather, this time of year. The first one that I'll mention, this is one that reminds me of snow, and I love this fragrance. There's something so special about this DNA. This is a clone, as actually all of them are going to be in this video. This is Craze by Armoff. And so this one is a clone of Parfums de Marly Pegasus. It is a metallic vanilla almond scent with some powdery nuances. And so if you can imagine that, it is very kind of three-dimensional. There's something about this scent that feels like there's a physical activity going on in the fragrance as you wear it. I don't know how else to describe it. I've tried several different versions of this DNA, and all of them seem to have that. I don't know if it's the heliotrope mixing with maybe the almond note that they use that gives it that sort of metallic vibe. But the vanilla and almond mixed together is just incredible, and it just feels like snow. Although I have worn this in the summer as well. I'm, in air conditioning, and it's not overly sweet. I've heard some people talk about how sweet this DNA gets. To me, it's not that sweet. It's lovely, but it's definitely not cloying or anything like that. So Armoff, Craze, this is a great one. With some very interesting texture in this fragrance. All right, the next one. This is a very cool fragrance that I just found recently. I paid for this myself. I haven't had anything sent to me. This is not a sponsored video. I'm just letting you know about it because I bought it and I thought, man, this really met a need, kind of filled a hole in the fragrance lineup. And this is A Private Man by Alexandria Fragrances. This is a clone of CH Privé. CH Privé is just an awesome boozy leather scent that was discontinued a couple years ago, and now it goes for $150, $200 online. And so this, for I believe it was $39, I got 60 ml. You can even, there's a 15% off code you can find by Googling it for Alexandria as well. So for very inexpensive, you can get this Alexandria's version of CH Privé. And basically what you've got is leather and saffron and vanilla with some boozy nuances in there. And it's just absolutely magical. I found Alexandria Fragrances to be almost always very accurate to the scent that they're trying to clone, and this one is no different. The downside is this probably only lasts about 5 hours, but so does CH Men Privé. Both the original CH Men and Privé, for some reason, it's kind of like, John Varvatos fragrances are known to have a very similar performance. I don't know why a heavy fragrance profile like this doesn't last that long, but 5-6 hours is about what you're going to get. But if you want a beautiful, leathery, sweet, vanilla, boozy fragrance, this is it. Imagine CH Men with booziness and more sweetness, and that's what you get right here. It actually reminds me slightly of if you were to take CH Men and mix it with Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo Signature, that sort of sweet, leathery, boozy fragrance, and mix those together, and that's kind of what you get. Well, Uomo Signature is not that boozy, but this one is. All right, this next one, another fantastic clone, and all of these are inexpensive. The Armoff that I mentioned is like a $30 fragrance. This one I'm mentioning is about a $20 to $25 fragrance, and it's unbelievable. This is Just Jack Noir Endurance. So this is actually a clone of Tom Ford's Noir Extreme, and it is an awesome clone. This is a spicy gourmand fragrance. It's kind of hard to describe, but It's very interesting, very unique. There's a little bit of florals going on in here as well. It doesn't smell feminine at all. It doesn't even really smell floral, but with that little bit of a floral note mixing in with these intense spices and gourmand sweetness, this is an incredible fragrance. There's also a little bit of powdery nuances as well. Some of the actual notes that are in here would be cardamom, nutmeg, and saffron in the opening. And those spicy notes and the saffron really hangs for hours. And the first several hours, the first 3 hours or so, this fragrance develops like crazy. I mean, I've got $150 fragrances that don't develop as much as this one does. And so very impressive the way that it changes on your skin those first few hours. You've got mandarin orange and neroli. I'm assuming that's just in the top. You do get a little citric thing going on in the top whenever you first spray it on. And then you've got kulfi, which is a Middle Eastern dessert, a spicy dessert. You can definitely smell that. You've got rose, orange blossom, and jasmine. So you've got some kind of floral notes going on. And then in the base, you've got vanilla, amber, woody notes, and sandalwood. And that sweet, vanillic, woodsy dry down mixing with those spices and gourmand sweetness is amazing. And I've gotten, for as much as I've worn this, I've gotten compliments, about every other time I've worn it, I've gotten compliments on this fragrance so far. That's a really good one. Very impressive for the price. All right, the next one I'll mention, of course, this one is a clone as well. And this one is a powerhouse. These next two I'm mentioning, I would put in the beast mode performance category. This one is Insurrection 2 Wild. These Insurrection fragrances have such strange names, but this is a clone of Pure Havane by Thierry Mugler. And so what you've got is a honey tobacco fragrance with some vanilla, with some cacao, with something to me that smells a little bit smoky or incensey. I think they just call it spicy notes in the actual note breakdown. But this is a fantastic tobacco fragrance. It projects strong. I've got a son who wears this, and I can be 6 or 8 feet away from him and I will smell it, and it lasts 12 hours, sometimes even more. It's just a beast performer. It smells amazing. And so this, again, a clone of Mugler's Pure Havane, Insurrection 2 Wild, and it's another $25 fragrance, which is pretty unbelievable. And then finally, this one is also beast mode performance. It's got a lot going on. It's got a lot of strength and projection and longevity, and it just smells magical during this time. You could wear this out in super cold weather, and you're still going to smell the scent cloud around you, and others are as well. This is a clone of Oud for Greatness. This is Badi Alude for Glory by Lattafa. Lattafa's been very, very impressive the last couple years. I think this one came out in 2020, and these last 2 or 3 years, they've been releasing some bangers, some incredible fragrances, and I don't know how they do it for the cost, the price that they sell them for. But this is oud and saffron and some spices. Let me give you the actual note breakdown, but mostly what you get is the oud and the saffron and some sweetness. But you've got nutmeg and lavender as well in the top. You've got middle notes of oud and patchouli and base notes of oud, patchouli, and musk. And so, patchouli can give sort of a mystical kind of chocolatey smell. You mix that with the oud, which can be kind of mystical as well. This is, I would say, a slightly medicinal oud, but it's very much beginner friendly. It's not funky or anything that's going to make you turn your nose away. It smells good. It's just so interesting. It's, the saffron and the oud mixing together give this incredible texture like oud and saffron often do. It's almost electric, or almost like this fragrance buzzes whenever you wear it. And so this is a really cool fragrance for, again, $25, $30. Badi Al Oud for Glory by Lattafa. a great one for this time of year. All right, well, let me know in the comments, what would be your top 3 or 4 fragrances for, say, a cold January? Let me know in the comments what your picks would be. And also, please subscribe. My channel's been growing like crazy the last couple weeks. It's about tripled in size just in the last 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate this. My channel's not monetized. I have no reason for doing this other than I enjoy this. I'm passionate about this hobby. I love connecting with others who are as well. And so please subscribe and let's dig deeper into this incredible hobby together. And I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks.